What's up? It's your boy Carcino, and let's talk about it. Don't forget, click the link in the description box and hit the super chat button and make a donation to the page if you like. You can leave me a message, email, what have you. Now, 50 Cent has been making his mark in cable television, network television, working on deals behind stars, and he did some pilots for Fox and other areas, and he's trying to expand his brand and even streaming services like Crackle, Amazon Prime might be an avenue, but Ja Rule is going to follow in his footsteps. We have it on a great anonymous source that a movie or a series, actually, not a movie, a series is being launched on them that's kind of like what Empire is. Supper is going to be starring Ashanti, Ja Rule, and Irv Gotti. Now, this is apparently, I don't know if they're going to be producing the show or they signed off on somebody playing their characters. But someone told me Ja is definitely in. Ashanti is a question mark if she will appear in the movie or will someone play her character in the series. But what they're planning is to pitch this for a undisclosed network, and they want to rival the television series Power and the BMF. And the series is based on the Murda INC record label. What they went through is Ja Rule will be playing himself, Ja Rule. Now, will he sign off because he's older now? Will he sign off on someone playing him when he's younger? And they're going to build up to those days? And remember, there are a lot of people in this that, are they going to change the names? Meaning, Power are a bunch of characters that were created. Are they going to call this show Murda INC? And bring in anonymous people? That remains to be seen. Well, it was said that Irv Gotti, after his minor success with his BET show, Ja Rule has been reached out. He's been doing documentaries and doing his shows and has a good rapport with a lot of people who owns his publishing. And he makes them a lot of money every time he goes out there and performs those songs. So putting him back out there on tour and doing this project or the show will do nothing but help increase his publishing. For those who own it, do a lot for him. So in other words, he needs the bread. Now, do you think this could rival Power or the BMF series? I just don't. I don't see it actually doing that. I think it'll be a good show, probably have some good subject matter, but I don't know how much they'll be able to tell and how much they won't be able to tell. There's a lot of people who probably won't sign off on this thing. Because when you talk Murda INC, are you going to be talking DMX? Are you going to be talking about Jay? Puff's involved. A lot of people Murda INC was attached to. Are they going to talk about the 50 incident? Are they going to be able to talk about the investigation, the Eminem situation? Will the series be able to go down this road? And that's something fans are going to be very intrigued to find out. So, in the beginning, people are going to want to know, like, what are we getting? So, for the pilot or some other thing, people are going to want to check it out probably to see what's it going to be. Then, if it doesn't hit right off the pilot, then, you don't have a problem on your hands. A very huge problem on your hands. When Power first came out, it didn't really jump off the board. The first episode, it did all right. It did some decent numbers. For stars, it's pretty decent. As the shows went on, they started to pick up. And it was done basically word of mouth. I promoted Power as soon as it came out. 50 didn't say, yo, Carson, I need you to go out there and push Power. And he was like, yo, Cino, I need you to go out there and really push Power for me. You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't never seen it yet, or we ain't seen you in no test pilot. But I think you know what it's gonna be. Alright, I need you to go out there and put that work in for me. He never say nothing like that. I went out there and pushed Power because I knew what it's gonna be. Hardly anybody watched Power because I told them to go watch it. If it was one, maybe if it was two people, then I've accomplished the role. I told you to watch Power because it was good. I knew what it was gonna be. When it came out and they said, "Oh, Power 50's involved," I said, "Oh, this is gonna be good." And I knew who was gonna play Ghost. I knew this was gonna be good. I knew how it was gonna be done. I knew everything because I said he was great in First Day Air, and that's what basically got him the role that he could pull this off. He could play that role. He could be Ghost. And they wanted 50 to be Ghost. And that don't work. Now, when you see the show, you know why that wouldn't work. 50 just wouldn't have the time that Ghost would have to put in. He said, I could have done it, but it wouldn't have, I wouldn't have had the time to play Ghost. Ghost has to be on screen all the time. 50 has a whole bunch of stuff he does. So if he had a role, it would be a small one, but important. So that's how it was played out. But it didn't make sense now that you've seen the show, right? That 50 Cent would play the character Ghost. He couldn't play that role. Ghost has to be somebody that can hide in plain sight to where if someone accused him of something, you would say, wow, it can't be this guy. 50 don't have that. If somebody accused 50 of, man, you shot 3 people, you look at 50 like, yeah, he shot 3 people. Whatever they say he did that shit. So when you think of Fifth, that's what you think of. So he wouldn't have been able to play Ghost. So they made the right choice in going in that direction. And he knew that. That's what somebody who's very smart and in position would tell you. Now, let's look at it from another distance, another scale. The other scale is this. Ja Rule is one of made the type of radio pop songs that can go around forever. Always on time, classic. I never liked Between Me and You, but some people did. So he made songs mostly for the women, way before 50 was doing it. But that was his niche. And he came through and they made hits. They built Jennifer Lopez's career. Her biggest songs was with them. Now, if this thing hits and take off, a lot of people are going to be turning heads and they're going to be paying attention to Ja and Irv and them. They'll be back in position to be doing some things. I don't know if it'll hit, if it won't, because I don't know what it's going to look like. But I am slightly interested. But I don't think it's ready to rival BMF or Power. Nah, ain't going to do that. But anyway, it's your boy Carcino. I'm out. Thanks for loving the page, man. I appreciate it. I really do. Much love. I'm out.